welcome to another round of Sports Views. Tonight I'm recapping match window 1 of the CONCACAF Octagonal World Cup Qualifiers, the first 3 matches. I'll talk about a little bit of everything, talk about the table as it stands, talk about what I think is not crazy, but what I didn't expect and what I expected that ended up happening. And I don't think I'll predict the second window that happens in October, but if I do, I do. But we'll see where this goes. Okay? And by the way, allow me. The Bucks are playing right now, okay? I can wear what I want for this video, technically. So, allow me. First off, we'll start with match day 1. Canada won, Honduras won. 2 penalties, 1 penalty for each side to be the goals. Alex Lopez for Honduras, Kyle Larin for Canada. We already covered this one ad nauseum, live stream and RSR. Wasn't the best performance for Canada. They sort of got punched in the mouth, and they came back, and they could have won, but they didn't. But still, it wasn't the best performance for the first Octo game, but they learned a lesson from it. They took something from it, and they're doing better since. I don't think they got that draw with the USA if they didn't learn that lesson or beat El Salvador like they did if they didn't get that lesson. Next up, Panama 0-0 versus Costa Rica. It was the 2 teams that at the first part of it I thought were the washed up boys, the washed up teams. Neither of them really are. Well, Costa Rica, yes. But Panama, no. Panama is doing a little bit better than I expected, but we'll get there. With that said, Panama versus Costa Rica was a good draw for both teams. Both teams were playing well. Both teams fought to get a point at least for each other, and they played well. I think they were playing in a way that was a boring game, but it worked out for both of them. If you're at home, do you want more if you're Panama? Yes, but sometimes you don't get what you want. You can't always get what you want. Circa Rolling Stones, 1975. But there you go. Next up, Mexico 2, Jamaica 1. Mexico gets the late winner off of Henry Martin. Jamaica actually played better. This was their best game of the window, honestly. Yeah, they drew Costa Rica, but they got curb stomped by Panama. For me, this is their best game of the window, and it was their worst players. It was not their English-based players. It was their Gold Cup squad, pretty much. And they somehow nearly drew Mexico. Now, yes, late goal at the end to give them a heartbreaker, but this was their best game, honestly, against Mexico. In Mexico, no less. Crazy. And then El Salvador 0, USA 0. I'm shocked the USA drew El Salvador. El Salvador has a good project. They're a good team, but they couldn't score at home. And the USA, they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. They didn't look good. They didn't do anything. El Salvador defended well. They did. And the USA didn't really have any bite at all. Didn't. CWCQ, not looking great. Sargent, he's a flop, and we know this. They didn't use Ricardo Pepi. They should have. Pulisic wasn't there, of course. COVID. Dest didn't look good. McKennie didn't look good. Matt Turner was great, but Matt Turner's always great. For me, it's a way of why do we look at it this way? All right, the USA should have been better, but El Salvador was better on the night. So that was match day 1. Match day 2, Jamaica 0, Panama 3. Panama. Nobody expected that. Nobody. Jamaica got taken to the woodshed at home by Panama. Panama! And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm not saying that's a bad thing. If you're watching the Bucks game, or you watch that play, that was a good throw by Tom Brady. But Panama, really. Jamaica got taken to the woodshed like it was old Yella. Seriously, not great, man. Not great. Topo Whitmore is clueless. He needs to go. He seriously does. You have your English-based players. Michail Antonio makes his debut. People are like, oh, Michail Antonio is going to own people, score 3 goals in a game. No, he didn't. Would have been this one. He didn't. Defense, horrible. The team did not look cohesive. Tapa Whitmore is clueless. He doesn't know how to coach. The dude has no tactics. That was bad. And Panama deservedly gets 3 points with a 3-goal win. But, geez, man, you got to do better than that. Costa Rica 0, Mexico 1 in Costa Rica. Mexico finds the way to win. And I'm not shocked about it. Orbelin Pineda scores. With that said, that was a good game. Mexico does their job. They beat a team who is under them away. It was a hard game for them, but they found a way to win. And that was better than the Nations League one, for sure. Mexico does their job there. Next up, El Salvador 0, Honduras 0. Very good draw. It was entertaining. It was an entertaining draw. It really was. It was 2 teams from Central America playing in El Salvador. El Salvador playing at home again. El Salvador not really tired from the first draw. Kept on buzzing. Kept on defending well. Honduras never had an answer, but they had chances. They had more bite than the USA. They just were a bit unlucky, per se, for me. They were just a bit unlucky for me when it comes to that. I think Honduras was better than the USA when it came to playing against El Salvador. Of course, Canada was the best of all 3, but that was away. At home, when it comes to it, I do think Honduras put up a good fight. I think they were the better team at times, but they didn't score. And then finally, USA won, Canada won. It was a great draw. I think Canada should have won. As I said, ad nauseum, Canada should have won. I think they had better chances. They should have had a penalty. They should have scored that Buchanan run that was across the goal. And there you go. For me, I think they should have scored one of those 2 goals and won the game. They really should have. Canada were the better team in that U.S. game in Nashville. They were the better team. No question about it. If you question that, you're wrong. Canada was the better team, and they should have won. They should be on 7 points right now. Not 5, but hey, that puts them at second anyway. So, fine by me. That Mexico, Canada, USA prediction's looking really good right now. Mr. I called it again? I don't know. But Canada should have won that game. Point blank period, no question about it. Then, next up, we got Canada 3, El Salvador 0. Canada dominated from minute 1 to minute 90. They dominated. They took the El Salvadorian crowd out of it. Even though it was in BMO, there was a good bit of El Salvadorans at the stadium, at BMO Field, and they took them out of it. They took them out of it. Salvador did not look good. They really just started CONCACAFing after they went down, too. They didn't even try to score a goal. They wanted to hold the ball. They did not look good at all. They did not look good going forward. They didn't look good passing. Yeah, they had the possession and the passes and the pass accuracy better. I think that was a function of them trying to chase the game, but did they really even chase the game? No. Canada dominated. And they had the game dead by the 20th minute. Resistance is futile. The Borg. Star Trek The Next Generation. Thank you for correcting me. Whoever that was in the comments, I forgot your name, but I knew you corrected me. Thank you for the correction. You know who you are. Thanks for the correction. Next up, Panama won, Mexico won in Panama. Panama was ahead for a while. Panama had a chance to win this game, and I wouldn't have been shocked if they did. That would have been crazy. But Mexico gets a goal back. They save themselves from some embarrassment because you know the Mexican tabloids would have went berserk had they lost, because that's what happens. Just like the Champions League when Seattle, New York, and Toronto won against Liga MX's clubs in the first leg. Remember when they went nuts after that? Yeah, that's what happens, all right? So they are pretty damn lucky that they got that draw. Next up, Costa Rica won, Jamaica won. Speaking of teams who got lucky to have draws, Jamaica. Shamar Nicholson scores late on to get the draw for Jamaica, and they got at least a point out of this window, even though they honestly should have had 0. This could have been a complete disaster, and it probably still is. But with that being a draw, it's not as much of a disaster as it would have been had that been a loss to Costa Rica. No, it wasn't Costa Rica. But the point being is they were this close to having a unmitigated disaster at the end of that window, at the end of this window. But they still didn't play well. They still looked bad. And this was more of a Gold Cup squad, as in the English-based players. This was more of their Gold Cup squad, and it failed. Tapa Whitmore cannot... That Mexico game was their best game. And that was probably, well, not their worst loss, but it was a loss, and that was still their best game in Mexico. So with that said, you have to look at it and be like, okay, is it time to make a change? Yes. Will they? I haven't heard any news about it, and I don't know if they will make a change, but I haven't seen them say Tapa Whitmore sacked. They need to make a change. Will they? I don't think the JFF will. I don't think they will. I'm sorry. I don't think they will. I don't think it's going to be a change at all. And then finally, the final game of this window, Honduras won, USA 4. USA wins and breaks out in the second half to win at San Pedro Sula. Good for them. I'm not saying. But the first half looked like a disaster. They scored to tie it up late at the first half. And then 3 goals in the second half. Ricardo Pepi, their best striker, and everybody said he should be playing. They finally play him, and guess what? He saves their hide. Puts them in the lead. Then Leggett scores at the end, and then Anthony Robinson, he scored first. Who was the third? Brennan Aronson. MLS alumni and MLS players saved the U.S.'s hide in the second half last night. No joke. None. 0. They saved their hide. And you're lucky they did. It wasn't the European players, it was the MLS players. Right. Now, with that said, here's the table after match week 1. 8th place, Jamaica. 0 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses, 1 point, 2 goals for, 6 goals against, -4 goal differential. 7, El Salvador. 0 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, 2 points, 0 goals for, 3 goals against, -3 goal differential. 6th place, Honduras. 0 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, 2 points, 2 goals for, 5 goals against, -3 goal differential. They're higher because they've scored 2 goals. Costa Rica in 5th. 0 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, 2 points, 1 goal for, 2 goals against, -1 goal differential. They're higher because of their goal differential. 4th place, Panama. 1 win, 2 draws, 0 losses, 5 points, 4 goals for, 1 goal against, +3 goal differential. USA in 3rd. 1 win, 2 draws, 0 losses, 5 points, 5 goals for, 2 goals against, +3 goal differential. 2, Canada. Canada sitting in 2nd place. 1 win, 2 draws, 0 losses, 5 points, 5 goals for, 2 goals against, +3 goal differential. They're higher than Panama due to goals scored, and I think, wouldn't it be the head-to-head that puts Canada over? Canada's over on head-to-head, I think. So with that said. And then finally, Mexico, 2 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses, 7 points, 4 goals for, 2 goals against, +2 goal differential. So Mexico, Canada, USA, 1, 2, 3. That prediction's looking pretty good. If the Octo ended today, I'd be totally correct. I think I still would be correct, but hey, that is what it is. Panama being in 4th over Costa Rica, Honduras, and Jamaica. Even El Salvador is kind of crazy, honestly. Panama, I slept on them. I slept on Panama. I didn't realize they'd be this good at all. Now, will they hold on to this level of play? I don't know. Could they? Maybe. Now, we'll see what happens. I don't know if they hold on to this level of play, but this is a good last stand for the Panamanian veterans. on their World Cup 2018 squad, the players they've called up, and some of their younger players like Carrasquilla. This is a good last stand. It's kind of like what Costa Rica and Panama need. They need a John Wayne-esque last stand. High noon, baby, and that's what they got so far. Let's see if they keep on with it. Costa Rica, they still have their last stand going so far. Speaking of last stands, Costa Rica has their John Wayne last stand going. Honduras, I don't know why they're in 6th. They have talent. They have talent. They have quality. They should be better. It's only 3 games. They have 11 left. Will they get higher? Probably. Will they do better? Probably. Now, when will that be shown? I'm not sure. And we'll see when that becomes a thing. We'll see when. El Salvador, I can see their project. They've made some mistakes. They've had some bad moments. But overall, they've looked pretty good. And then Jamaica, they are looking like they're on a ship without a paddle and a rudder, frankly. It's not very good for them right now. Topple Whitmore is clueless. The team does not look good one bit. For me, I think they got to make a change. Paul Hall, maybe an English-based manager. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Teams that have, now looking at it, teams that have shown that they look good, to me, teams that have shown they are on the right track, Canada, Mexico, USA. Teams that are looking like they are going to have some problems, who have underwhelmed me, Jamaica. Teams that have shocked me have been Panama and Costa Rica. Honduras, they don't look great so far. I think they are, it's just a function of it being early is why they're so low. I think things will sort of correct as time goes on with these next October, November, January, March windows, the 4 windows that are left. I think things will correct over time. I think Honduras will get to 5th or 4th. I think that will correct. Who will drop off? I don't know if Panama and Costa Rica both drop off. Panama looks good. But Costa Rica, I think they drop off. I think Jamaica does a little bit better. I think El Salvador, we'll see what they do. Banana peel. I think things will fix each other and untighten, but also tighten up, but also correct a bit, course correct. So we'll see about that. But for me, it's been a pretty good window. It's been pretty enjoyable. That's my recap for the CONCACAF match window. 1, we're finally done with international football until October. Now we're back to club football. And Toronto FC is about to disappoint me 100 more times over. Well, that's impossible. That's not mathematically possible at all. But we'll see, okay? So with that said, if you like this video, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Saturday, I have a live watch along in RSR for Toronto FC versus Cincinnati, Cincinnati versus Toronto. And then also, well, just that on Saturday. Then check out my Patreon, $5, $10, or $20 a month. Anything's appreciated. You'd be awesome if you do. Help support the channel. Also support by liking, sharing, commenting, all of that. And also check out Super Chats during that Cincinnati-Toronto live. Hopefully I get my first Super Chat there. We did not get a Super Chat on Wednesday, but there you go. So check that out. And there you go. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.